Hi, you're probably wondering, will I need this lens? And with all lenses, highly depends on who you are and what you need. Here's some images of this lens close up. First off, this lens was a lot better than I expected, and I'm curious to test the Canon f2.5 version to see which one I prefer. It is surprisingly light at only 380 grams, with a focus throw just over 270 degrees, and has a small extendable lens hood attached. As you can see, the glass doesn't have a vintage tint to it, and is clear. I found that any difference in colour is dwarfed by what the camera and software will achieve. It has the older FD lens mount system, but that's fine to me. Designed for Canon FD, this lens works well on this Canon FTB I used. I also tested it a little on the Olympus EM5 Mark III with its micro 4/3 crop sensor, but I mostly did testing on the Panasonic S5 full-frame camera. Now, one of these pictures was taken using the Cosina on the S5, and the other with a modern quality lens also on the S5. Can you guess which is which? I will say that the Cosina is about as sharp as a decent quality modern mid-range lens. It does produce some purple fringing. Purple fringing can also add something nice to a picture. As you can see here, at f2.8, there's a bit of it around the petals. It was a very bright day, so this would have been a tough test for many lenses. Now let's look at what the f number does for purple fringing. First, f2.8, f4, f5.6, f8, and finally f11. If you closely look, there's still some purple fringing visible. I've heard people say that digital sensors can suffer more purple fringing. As you can see here, on 35mm film, it is still very visible between the branches. Next, on to bokeh. At f4 and up, you can start seeing the hexagonal blade shape, which gets sharper and smaller as you stop up. Here wide open again, on the full frame S5, you can see it swirl a bit in the background. And I'll let you decide if this is pleasing bokeh. The fence 1 meter behind this branch is blown away, and even more so is the tree branch 2 meters behind. On to 4K video. Let's fix this up a bit. This close-up example is at f5.6. I'll just let the video roll here through a few scenes. Even though it is the worst lens for it, I also tried this lens for some macro, which it really can't do. And finally some more 35mm film test shots, while I give a summary of my thoughts. All up, I can't complain about this lens. I was surprised by its image quality. If it was a modern, third-party manual lens manufacturer, I would expect a decent price tag on this overall good performing full-frame lens. I was very surprised with the results. It's not as sharp as a premium lens, and for sure not as controlled with chromatic aberrations. I will also add that its focusing ring could use a clean, as it was not the same tightness around the entire focus throw. Also, with an adapter it could focus just a little past infinity, which can be a little annoying, but generally not a problem. But for a full frame lens this sharp, at f2.8, weighing only 380 grams with no real discoloration, and no haziness, with just a little purple fringing, this could well be a worthy bargain.